Michael, Digital Extreme CEO, says publishers hit, quote, eject too soon, end quote, on the live service games. Vicky Blake over gamesindustry.biz tells us all about it. Digital Extreme CEO Steve Sinclair has spoken out about live service games and his belief that publishers hit eject too soon when their games fail to gain traction at launch. In an interview with VGC, Sinclair, who heads the studio developing 11-year-old free-to-play live service shooter Warframe, talked frankly about live service projects, saying games with, quote, massive potential, end quote, have been abandoned too soon because they weren't given enough time. Large game companies, in brackets, think the release is make or break, and it's not, end quote, Sinclair said. Quote, they have a financial way to be persistent, and they never do it. It comes out, doesn't work, and they throw it away. It isn't that a shame when you put so many years of your life into iterating on those systems, or building technology, or building the start of a community, and because the operation costs are high, you get terrified when you see the numbers drop and you leave, end quote, Sinclair added. Quote, we've seen this with amazing releases that I think have massive potential, and I think they eject too soon, end quote. Tencent recently announced the shutting down of free-to-play live service shooter Synced 1 year to the day after launch. Michael, we see this all the time. Also at the end of this, dude, it's one of my... But a game I consider I should be still playing today. Anthem. Right? That was one live service that dropped. They were working on 2.0, and it just... First of all, they put it out too soon. Second of all, they let it go too soon. Right? Because the potential was there. They just baffled at the very beginning because they didn't have enough content to keep it going. Dude, I don't remember how many times I shot that spider over and over and over again. What are your thoughts?
I think Sinclair hits the surface, but I think there's a lot of things. You hit it when you talk about Anthem that also kind of you talk about, are they released on time? Right? You're right. Anthem was probably rushed a little bit too soon. And we talk about it all the time, the release date hype, right? When we get a date and it's like, oh, maybe this date should have been pushed back a little bit. Then it comes out right on that time. So I think he's right. I definitely think there's live service games. I mean, Anthem is one of them. I'm right there with you. I never got into it, but it's a game when I saw the trailer, I thought that was my game. I thought I'd be thousands of hours in right now singing its praises. So I think he's right. I think he kind of hits the nail on the head, but I think there's some other things that, at least as people who consume the games, we kind of know. Missing or too early release dates, too much hype. There's a lot of things that go into it, but I think he's right. I think there's a lot of games that would benefit if we just, pull that No Man's Sky out, right? Let them simmer. Fix your game, and all of a sudden you'll be right back there.
No, absolutely, I agree, right? We'll see what happens when you just let it cook a little bit. I am a little concerned, though, when it comes to Concord. That's the other side of it, right? If it doesn't hit, then what do you do? How long do you keep this going until it does officially sync you and the studio? That's the other side. There's two ways to play this, man. You can hang on for dear life, or, who knows, maybe you just sink.